Hey everyone, in this video we're going to show you how to draw a springtime tree. So grab your pencils and let's get drawing. So what we're going to do is just start out from bottom to top, and we'll just start out with the bark, and we'll just basically, slowly and lightly just kind of move our way up, and we'll refine the bark as we go along. But for now we'll just kind of get this tree started this way. You might want to go just a touch thicker at the base, but you don't have to for this particular tree. And around this side we'll do the other tree. We're not going to draw the entire tree. We're actually going to just draw a lot of the tree trunk and a couple branches. So it'll be kind of like a cross section. The tree might continue right up, but I only have so much space on the page, so we're basically going to just draw this tree from here on up. I don't actually know the name of this tree that I'm drawing. I call it a springtime tree because there's not really leaves on it. So we'll have this branch come out over here. I actually was going for a walk and I saw this tree and I thought, wow, what a good tree to draw. So I took a picture and I'm just referencing that photo, and just figured, we get so many requests for trees, like, can you draw this, or can you draw that tree, or how to draw a tree, with leaves or without leaves or what have you. So I figured this is a good chance to do that. So let's continue this. This tree will go right up over here. And I think you guys know that the tree trunk gets thinner as you go up, so you basically start thicker over here and work your way up. This particular tree that I saw kind of had two branches around the same point, so either the bottom ones got chopped off. Actually, you'll see shortly, I'm actually going to draw a piece just over here, but sometimes the bottom branches get chopped off and then they kind of start at a certain point and go up. So from here on up, we'll draw the two branches. This branch over here kind of went away into the back, so we'll draw that. And yeah, again, this piece will just continue to go up. Now you don't want to go wider. I think that was starting to look a little too wide, so we'll keep that going. And then right around here, this tree was really nice that for the point that it had another branch coming out just over here. This one kind of coming towards us. So this branch was kind of coming out this way. And again, it just continued up and up and up. So again, this is going to be like a cross section of this tree. I won't draw the entire top of the tree, but I think you kind of get what I'm going at, where I'm going here. So this branch kind of went back, like I said. So because it went back, typically you want it to, if it goes back, sometimes it's a little shorter, and the ones that come towards you are also shorter. The ones that are perfectly sideways, which is this branch here, will typically be longer, and you won't really see as much perspective with that. So this one here, you'll see shortly, might just, now if you want, you don't have to, but you can also just start to put on some branches that might go, and then we can like fix up the branches as well. So you can do that as well. I kind of like to be a little more abstract when we draw the trees, and they can kind of go like this. So this exercise is really going to be one of the tree trunk and a bit of the branch as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this part up. We're just going to do some cleaning up here, and I'll meet you back on the other side. So stay tuned. I'll speed this part up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. What we did was we just cleaned up a lot of the branches, and just to lay the framework, we'll clean it up some more later. But what I want to do now is show you how to do the bark and the trunk of the tree. So typically what I like to do is do some shading on the left side. If the light source is coming from the right, you typically have a little bit of shading over here, and we'll just put that here on the left-hand side. So what we'll do is we'll get the pencil and just go up and down over here. And I am going kind of lightly and just a little rougher because I'm going to use my own smudge technique to smudge it out when I'm ready. You could do it now, or you can wait till you do the whole tree. I'm just going to show you now. And then you keep going, right? So what you want to do is you just keep getting some of the lead on the page and just try to, you know, slowly let that lead kind of move around the page until you're happy with it. So that's what we're doing right now, and I'll walk you through the steps. Again, left-hand side where our shading is going to exist, the light source is on the right. So what you do is just kind of darken up a lot of the stuff over here, this side, and just move your way up, right? Just move up and then slowly a little less lead as you move from left to right. So just do that. Use your own smudge technique as you wish. And you can even see this is starting to look even a little more realistic. I like to do the branches as well. The branches should kind of continue with the same level of shading as you have around here. So if you notice, you can see that this branch does have the exact same level of shading as we have there. You can already see this is starting to look a lot better and much more realistic. So what I would say is you can also get this other branch over here at the same level. And just continue working on it as you wish. So we're going to keep this going over here. In fact, I don't know, maybe we should speed this part up just to kind of quickly show you this process. So I'll speed this up really quickly and I'll be right back super quick. Okay, so we're back. We basically just finished up some of the shading elements on the bark and the trunk of the tree. What I would say next is you might want to just get on some of these nice lines that I actually saw on this beautiful tree. And the lines kind of just go a little bit side to side, kind of like this. And they were kind of sporadic in different places, so you can actually do the same. I would suggest you just try to follow the nice curvature of the tree. So if you can, just try to follow the tree trunk and just kind of keep your curvature going. So there are definitely some like curved elements when you're doing this type of thing. Now, right around here, you might notice that there's a bit of curvature around some of the branches, right? So like perhaps around here, you might have a different kind of shape. In fact, right around here, there was actually some sort of piece that was almost missing, almost like a tree branch that was coming towards us that got chopped off a long time ago. So I'm actually going to add that in as well. And in doing so, I'm going to actually try to get a little bit of shading below this piece. So as a result, you're going to actually have this random kind of piece here. But if you use your right smudge technique, it might actually look fairly realistic. Now, if you want, you can even get a piece of the top. This would represent the old branch that came out of there, right? So if you want, you can go nice and dark at the top, get a nice curved piece at the top there, and then try to use your smudge technique to kind of blend it into the tree, right? That's what I would suggest. Now, over here, this kind of started to move around a bit. I think we can try to get a few of these pieces back. I would also say that towards the bottom, and as the trunk is a little bigger, some of these lines are even a little more pronounced. So you might also feel like you can keep these lines thicker and bigger towards the bottom. So if you're going to do that, I would just make sure you're really careful with your curvature line. So make sure that your line is nice and drawn out. Make sure it reaches around the sides at some point. So some pieces might be on the left and some might be on the right, and there's nothing wrong with that. And just try to make it as natural as possible, and you'll have a nice, realistic tree. So we're going to keep this process going. Again, just do a few more pieces over here and over here. If it helps you, you can go left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. And then if you want, you can add in a few middle pieces. So some people have trouble with this when they just do the middles. They feel like it doesn't look as realistic. So For me, I'll go left, right, and that actually really helps me as well. Now over here at this branch, now this branch is kind of, I think we said, going away. Anyway, around the branch you typically might have a few more lines that kind of, you know, they might kind of connect to that branch. So be aware of that and make sure that you're aware of that as you're drawing your tree, okay? So just be aware of that. Now, what I would say next is, we kind of said this was a springtime tree, and the reason we said that was just because there really wasn't many leaves on this. So I guess in theory it could have been a fall tree or a spring tree. So what you want to do is make sure that you really pronounce some of your branches. That's really what this tree is coming down to, is a branch-based tree and not full of leaves. And what I'll do is I'll grab a darker pencil, perhaps the 8, and just try to make sure that some of these branches are nice and pronounced. And in doing so, you might want to get a couple more branches on there and just kind of like make sure that everything does look as realistic as possible, right? So you can definitely do that. You can do that. And it's almost like a process, right? So as you move your way away, you can kind of have your branch here, and that branch can kind of spread out, right? That's exactly what we're doing here. So you can use another pencil if you want. I personally just happen to have this in my hand, so I'll just keep this flowing, but you can kind of see where I'm going with this. And again, this piece over here, you can also just add a little bit of darkness as well. Our light source was on the right side, so even over here, you can add a little bit of shadowing on the left-hand side, ever so slightly, right? Even just one line helps make this look even more realistic. So getting that line on the left also helps. The line with a darker pencil, in this case it's an 8B. I'm trying to make it fairly like artistic as well and realistic and all of that good stuff. So hopefully you're seeing the same, and hopefully you're experiencing the same in your drawing. So please let us know how you're doing. So and there's nothing wrong with making it a bit artistic and adding a bit of an artistic flair as well if you want. So your branches don't have to follow exactly the way that I'm doing it. You can certainly make them any way that you like. So feel free to be creative and do all that. Now on this side, we might want to also just add in a little bit more lead over here. And up here, just try to keep this moving, right? So how are you doing, by the way? Are you drawing along? Are you watching? We'd love to know. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know how you did, how it went. If you haven't done already, give a big like, comment, share, and hopefully subscribe. We have a lot of new drawings coming out on a regular basis, sometimes daily, sometimes weekly, depends on the week, I guess. But we'd love to have you. So and then I would say just cleaning up your design and your drawing by using a slightly lighter pencil to let some of the other branches kind of connect. So you don't always want to have a dark pencil when you're drawing your branches. You might want to make sure that you have, you know, a medium or mid-level pencil to kind of pull everything together. So that's what I would say is the best way to approach this. So hopefully you did the same, and I think we're pretty much done this drawing. So hopefully you enjoyed it. At this point, I'll say thank you so much for watching and have a great day.